Hello, hello, everyone. I am here to chronicle my experience with COVID 19. It was not a very pleasant experience. Um, I started off with some symptoms that I had not ever heard of, which were very, very painful. I remember stacking up a bunch of pillows and everything under my head. And the following week, I just stacked up a bunch of pillows. I'm like, I'm gonna be comfortable in this bed. So that following week, my neck, there was excruciating pain in my neck, and I started getting headaches. I could barely turn over with the pain in the neck and the headaches. I just couldn't find any rest, and so after about a week, that starts to ease up. But during this time, I'm in so much pain. The pain is so horrific. I'm tying towels around my neck. I'm tying everything I can get around my neck because it was like my neck was saying, I'm not going to hold up your head anymore. And I was just thinking that was bad sleeping. So I started sitting up at night, but the pain wasn't even easing up. It grew more and more intense. So after a while, about a week, that eased up, and so thought I was okay. So I got a back injury where I twisted wrong. After you hit a certain age, whatever. So I got a really bad back injury, and that pain came back in my neck and my head. This time, it went and got some friends, y'all. I'm telling you. So my neck was hurting so bad. Then I had my back going on where I couldn't even take myself to the restroom. Okay, so after that, my girls had been with their dad for the weekend. So they came back. They had lost their sense of taste and smell and everything. And I'm like, oh my Lord, I hope he didn't give y'all COVID or anything. So I got my girls tested earlier that week. Negative test. Okay, they're coughing, no taste, no smell, just hacking. And so there was nothing going on with them. So the test says. So later that week, I get tested and I'm positive. Okay. And so at this time, I'm pretty much a nervous wreck, even though I didn't want anybody to see it, because my nephew, the month prior, died of COVID-19 at 37 years old. So the devil tried to play on me. Okay, your nephew's died with COVID-19. You're overweight or whatever. I'm sure you have it. You're probably going to suffer, this or that. But I'm going to tell you what I did. I never stopped praying. I was on my knees praying. I was talking to God. And the weird thing is, the sicker I became, the more inboxes and prayer requests I would get from people who were asking me to pray for them and their loved ones because they were suffering with COVID-19. Well, of course, I didn't really tell anybody, that many people, that I had it. So these people who had these prayer requests, they didn't know any better. They didn't know, that I was sick. But what I did was I was on my face, on my altar, crying out to God for myself, my children, and everyone who was requesting prayer, okay? And so, let's see. So I continued to pray about it. The pain in the neck grew worse, and all of a sudden, my blood pressure spiked so high, it went into a crisis. I washed my hands one morning, and I didn't even know this. I washed my hands one morning and put in my contacts, and I washed my hands really good to put the contacts in my eyes. And I'm trying to read, but I'm like, maybe I didn't wash my hands right. After all these years now, 20-some years of wearing contacts, almost 30 years, maybe I didn't wash my hands right this time. Didn't realize my blood pressure was so high that my vision was just blurred. It was not the contacts, okay? So after that, the headaches persisted, and so I had my back injury where I can't stand on my own, do anything on my own. My head is throbbing. I got hot towels. My daughters keep bringing hot towels. Thank God for my girls. They're bringing hot towels, putting them on my neck, keeping my neck tied up. We're keeping it tied so tight and wrapped up and everything. And so one day, after a while of suffering, I'm sitting on the couch and my arm starts to tingle. Okay. Tingling with a cold sensation. So I had a brother from the church to bring over a blood pressure monitor. My blood pressure was in crisis level. Yeah. I was just wondering why when I would wipe my eyes, my eyeballs hurt, you know. Also, I woke up dehydrated. I turned gray. I have a picture of that. I dare not show that to anybody because my hair was torn up. My face was gray and my skin felt like sandpaper. And as you can see, I have shiny, oily skin, very soft skin. I ain't bragging, y'all know. But my skin felt like sandpaper. I was so dehydrated. And I just realized, oh my God, I'm really sick. So I go to the doctor. And the blessed part is the Lord allowed me to have a really good chest x-ray. Nothing had infiltrated my lungs. So that was a good thing. But the blood pressure, I was, any day, any moment, I could have had a stroke or a heart attack with the blood pressure that I had. I was one sick lady, y'all. Just so sick, in so much pain, felt so sorry for myself, so sorry for my children. They would sit up all night with me. I never got a fever, but I would be lying in bed feeling perfectly fine and just start with the shakes, just start trembling. So that was very scary for me. And another thing is because I guess I wasn't worth the money, although I had really good insurance. I just about had to beg my primary doctor to treat me. Once he saw that chest x-ray was okay, it was like, girl, that blood pressure, whatever, whatever, just go on about your business. I had to call and say, hey, he is my doctor. Tell his receptionist, he is my doctor. I should not have to treat myself. I had to get very aggressive before even calling a Z-Pack, some zinc and vitamin C, just for that. Later on, there was other medicines called in, but overall, I wanted to share with you a little bit of faith, to continue to pray, continue to trust God no matter what. I don't care who's on life support, who's on a vent, who died. Keep your faith in God. I am going to make another video and I'm going to tell you how some of the things that I did other than prayer that really, really helped me to overcome COVID-19. These are some tips that I picked up and I think they will be a blessing for you. So I love you all. And I ask that you hit subscribe. There's more information, more journeys that I'd like to take you on, especially if you are a single parent, if you are into education for your children, want to teach them how to read. I am a certified licensed veteran teacher. I've authored a book, so I would love to be able to help you all. So subscribe. We can share together and go on some good journeys with some good outcomes. I'm in the parking lot, got to watch my surroundings. And I just thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget, if you don't like, still subscribe. Because if you're a person of faith, even if you're not a person of faith, I'm sure I'm going to say something that's going to bless you along the way. Thank you. Bye-bye.